fantastic. I forgot to put my mic in my usual position, but yeah, we're back. We're feedback. Oh snap. Oh snap. He didn't just do that. Hello, good morning. It's 7 p.m. I hope you had a wonderful day. And yeah, we're gonna continue having a wonderful day because feedback. Feedback. Yes, it's finally happening. I mean, we already did do feedback in January, but it was more like a test thing and feedback, like a stream that is just feedback. Feedback. Fütterungsessen. No, Fütterungsrücken. Just a moment. I need to warn the entirety of my community that we are live. We are live. Send in your stuff. I can't type. And also, very important, self-promotion. Oh, hi, check out my stream. Oh, hi, check out my stream. Oh, hi. This is how you do self-promotion. You just spam every single Discord channel that there is. I mean, it's not that effective, but it's still nice to do that. I feel like a filthy spammer. But anyways, so yeah, as I said, we are doing a feedback stream. That means that you, the audience, can send in your own tracks, and I will roast them in a 350-degree oven with convection and the broiler on, so that we get some nice charring on top. And yeah, I'm expecting to see some very nice tracks, and I'm hoping that we get enough submissions. That's really the only thing that I'm worrying about. Getting enough submissions so that, yeah, to fill out the stream. That is going to be the only concern for today. But if we only get like 1 or 2 tracks, that's fine by me. Then we're just going to feedback these 2 tracks, and that's it. So, yeah. So, who do we have? We have Hexateron. He wanted to roast me by saying that I wanted to copy Paul. And I say, Paul's copying Toki, so don't blame me, you know? Voyager Whoop, what's up? Dan Pelm, hallo, guten Morgen. And yeah, that's mostly everybody that we have right now. So yeah, we're gonna wait for a little bit, so that, you know, everybody sends in their stuff. And we might get more stuff on the way, so yeah. I'm just gonna wait. We're just gonna wait for a moment. We already got 2 submissions. It's very interesting. Very interesting. So we have this guy. I think I'm already going to... I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Mm-hmm. Yes. Good. Okay. Great. And I guess I'll leave that open, so yeah. Yes, I do in fact live in the geographical time zone which corresponds to UTC. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah. Send the battle droids to the homes of people who don't join the stream. Nah, they have free will. If they don't want to join, that's fine by me. They're gonna join sooner or later, so you know. Anyways, yes, that has been sent. That has been sent. And yeah, great. And now we wait. The stream is just gonna be me staring at the camera, just waiting. I am patiently waiting for you to send me your track. I am reaching my limit. But yeah. I mean, on my side, I don't really have any news. Like, as I said, tomorrow I'm gonna do a small little rehearsal with the vocalist. Today was relatively chill. I just prepared some stuff for tomorrow. And tried working a bit on the visuals a little bit more. And yeah. It was a pretty chill day. Ganz gut. Ganz gut. So, yeah. I like to be evil, though it's fun. Yes, sometimes being evil is fun, though. You have to be evil with... But you have to be, like... You have to exercise restraint, alright? If you're just evil and nothing... There's nothing else to it, then... Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. So keep that in mind. So. Okay, so far we only have 2 submissions. That's okay. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not offended. That is that is not offended. If the demo is not enough, I can send more. I mean, it's usually just 1 submission per person, but yeah, I might consider making an exception if we don't have enough. But yeah, we'll see. Akosi, hello. I forgot. Have you been getting into metal recently? The answer is no. I know I may have a very metal guitar over here, but that is not any guitar. That's a classical one. And yeah, I mean, I'm trying to learn a bit of metal and gent, at least in the production side, because some tracks do kind of require that. Like the Echo Rift collab has a gent section at the very end. So yeah, it does help to learn that. But no, I've not really been getting into metal. That's gonna happen later, I guess. So yeah. Sorry, I'm working on it. Then work faster. Yeah. Yeah. Jovio is not into table music lately, no. I don't know what that is, so can't really tell you much. Oh, we got another submission. How beautiful. Boop. Boop. Ah, they appear on that side. Good. Good. Great. Great. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yes. Has Rage been talking about it in VC? Yes. I mean, if you guys don't know, I'm in like a private group chat, and there's this guy called Rage, and he's a drummer, and recently him and Tao have been recording his drums with a laptop microphone and somehow made them sound like professional quality. I was surprised myself, right, that it worked with a laptop microphone, but yep. Apparently, we don't need expensive microphones like this one. Nope. Just laptop mic is okay. Fascinating. Rage? Rage Shadow Legends? No, not the gacha game. Not the gacha game. So yeah. Why are all the Orc-Dub producers doing gent now? Because gent is cool. Gent is awesome. Gent is genty, right? Though imagine if we go into the jazz route, like Rob Scallion always wanted. That'd be great. Oh, you with table music, you mean the System of a Down song? Table. Ah yes. Tech can somehow resample everything into pro quality. That's true. I don't know how he does it, but you can just like throw anything at him and he's gonna turn into something nice. So, you know. Oh man. Go push up with a little table. I just gotta do a little table. Which reminds me, I forgot to lock my door again. Keep forgetting to do that. And it's honestly concerning that I keep forgetting to do the most important thing to these streams. And that is to make sure that I don't get interrupted. accidentally. So, yeah. Gente? Yes, yes. This is a joke. This is a very funny joke. So, I think Tao's a god. Nah, I think he's Russian. He could literally take over the world with a touch of marketing, methinks. Yeah, I think so too, but Tao is Tao, and he doesn't do that. Whatever, I guess. So, you know. Okay. I think we can already start, actually, because I'm noticing with these streams that viewers come in gradually instead of, yeah, all at once. So, yeah, we're going to get more submissions later down the line. Because I could submit some metal EDM thing that I finished recently. Are your submissions only on SoundCloud? Yes. Yes. If you want to submit something, submit via SoundCloud DMs, and you can send in anything that you want, right? But, I mean, not everything. Read the rules. Just to be clear, but yes, you can send stuff. That's okay. And I'd say, yeah, we can actually already start, because, yeah, it's gonna take a bit until everybody arrives. So, yeah, I'd say. Oh, do I even have? I do, yes. Let's get right into it. Boop. Meep. That was way off tune, Jesus Christ. Okay, so what do we have? Well, we have first, Denpelm, and this is a bit of, okay, here's the thing. It's very embarrassing because I've actually already listened to this tune. I already listened to this track, and you can blame Lumi for that, but I think I could just listen to it again. Why not? So yeah. Also, FYI, if anything's like going wrong with audio and stuff, or if something's like way too quiet, please let me know, because I haven't really tested this. So you know, just to help a fella out. So yeah. Only astrobases under your show. For sure, man. For sure. Also, Quantum, hello. What's up? So yeah. Yeah, it's an entry for a crossover for charity. So, you are. And also, as you might notice, I did a couple of adjustments. So now we have a FL inside of the feedback thing as well. So I don't have to switch, you know, scenes, right? So it's nice and convenient. All right. I think I talked enough. Let's just listen to it again. So, yeah, here we go. Ergosphere. Aeona. Chirolite. Denpelm. Moment. Oh, I just noticed the Illuminati. The Illuminati symbol. That harmony. Compañero, pero ¿qué demonios estoy escuchando? ¿De qué? ¿Qué? Pero... Excusez-moi? This deserves... Like, if I had a DJ deck, I would, like, rewind. I would wheel it, bro. I would wheel it just to listen to it again. That switch up, man. Wild, man. Very wild. I love it. My God, man. Also, Iona, what's up? Hi. This is good. I like this. Hell yeah. Ooh. I forgot the BGM was still on. Whoops. That was peak. I have to say, that was absolute peak. Holy shit. Nice, man. Very nice. Very nice. But I do have a couple of things to say. So, let's start with the intro. Like, this entire section, peak. Don't change it. Don't try to change anything. If you change something, I will kill you. I won't, but, you know. I'd say, like, this perk coming in, there needs to be more of a roll, right? I can hear a little bit of a build-up with the same drums. Right? With the tin, right? I'd say these, like, small little hits need to be louder, right? So it's din, right? Because right now, this one hit over here is very, very loud in comparison to the other thing, right? The intro, I mean. So yeah, just keep that in mind. You can fix that with making the roll before that hit, making them louder, right? What else? For that, I'm gonna actually do something. I'm going to disable sound ID. No, I don't have to. It's fine. Here. Yeah, this thing over here. Actually, no, I'm going to record it. Yeah, sure. Beep and beep. Yeah, there should be enough. Stop. And, can I just... I cannot. I guess we'll do this. All right, so, very clear in that section, the clap is, like, way too bright, right? Maybe not the clap itself, but rather the transient is very bright. I would like to, you know, that is a very bright transient. You don't have to, I wouldn't say to, like, shelf the entire clap, just the transient, right? Like, if I put this over here, I mean, I could try to automate it, but, like, no. Maybe I should. Maybe I should, actually. Why not? I'll try. Like, what if I do, like, a very dirty crossfade? Let's try this, and then I can just, well, I can just put this over here. We don't really need this. Then, this guy over here, I need to turn this into a low pass. Boop. Right? I'm trying to build, like, a small chain with a compressor to see if I can, like, try and tame that transient. Oh, that's the wrong... Nope, wrong chain. That's the wrong number. Problem is that you cannot see the compressor, but... Like, it's very aggressive, but... Yeah. Like, in comparison to this... Bright, yes, but the transient really hurts my ears. So, yeah, as I said, like, either try to compress that transient, or you can also use a shelf. So, yeah. You can only see one half of FL. That's by design, actually. That's by design, right? So I don't have to switch over. Yeah. So it's a clap. And that was about it for the... I would call this the first drop, basically. This was great, and the first drop is just fantastic. Yeah, but there was one bass where I'd say it's a little bit too noisy. This one. This bass. This really feels like very harsh noise. I would say tame it a little bit. Either tame it or turn it into a more squelchy texture. But I mean, the rest of the drop is just fantastic. Fantastic! I like it. I like it. Then what do we have over here? This was fine. This section needs staccato double basses. Like, we had pretty solid bass over here with the synths. And then it's just gone. Where did the bass go? Like, yeah, this really needs some, like, staccato double basses, right? Like, these should go along with the drums that go bum, 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 right? So it's nice and filled. What else? What else? I wrote down drop 3, but didn't write anything into it, so I think it's fine. So yeah. Yeah, I'd say this drop is completely fine. Don't change anything. Otherwise. Breakdown. I'd say the bass over here is a little bit too short, right? Because it goes right? I would make it a bit more sustained, maybe compress it, right? So it goes do 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 do, right? So there's a bit of a consistent lengthy tone, right? Yeah. And then the sidetrans section. Around here, I would probably put a reverb layer on the clap. Right now the drums are pretty dry. That's fine, but I think to give the clap a little bit more stereo, a little bit more space, you can add in a small little small little reverb layer, right? It doesn't have to be extremely long. It can be like half a second long, right? And I'd probably like, if you use something like Raum over here, right? Play around with pre-delay, right? Don't mix it in far too much, like I guess 30 or something. Diffusion, yes. And yeah, half a second, right? So you get like a nice little stereo layer with your clap. Yeah. And what else did I write? I wrote granulized thing, which was the thing at the end. This was a very nice ending, but this like granulized layer needs to be beefier, much beefier. Like everything screams that this needs to be like a sudden stop, right? The sub drop, generally that this is very glitchy, right? I would make it either just like turn up the volume or like add an OTT to it, right? Something to give it a lot more presence. Yeah. And then over here, I'd say for this last drop, main critiques are snare. When you do, what would it be? Halftime with the drums, I would generally recommend to add some kind of pre-fade. And I mean, relatively long pre-fade. In fact, I'm gonna record once again. So, sound ID turns off, record. Yep, roughly around here. That's fine. Stop! Stop contact. Open recordings menu. And then let's grab this. Beautiful. This is not in tempo. No, it's in tempo. Yes, good. So we have to... I think the snare itself is fine. It's nice, I like it, but please, for the love of God, do I have... Maybe this one. Try out something like this. Maybe add like more. You have like a very long one. This one maybe. Right. Boop. Yeah, bonus points if you can add something that has a lot of Foley, and now I'm going to cheat. Usually I would grab Foley, but I don't have Foley, so... how about this? Right? Don't forget to sidechain it, do a little bit of that, and... Yeah, and I would probably also say, like, the tail itself needs some improvement. In fact, I'm gonna take the exact same snare from here and just put the tail from that over here. Let's do that. How about some cymbals? Cymbals. I don't know if there is a crash layer in there, but I can't really hear it. And if there isn't, I'll probably add one. So, yeah. Crash here. Just, this should, like, freaking destroy your skull. It should. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is, this may be halftime, and you might think, okay, I don't actually need like anything else other than kick, snare, and maybe cymbals. For an orchestral track like this, I would probably add orchestral drums. This is something that I learned with the Snowblind remix when I sent over my half of the orchestral part. I actually forgot to add orchestral drums, and I wasn't quite sure why the section didn't sound great. Then Paul added his own drum section, right? And it sounded a million times better. And am I actually going to use damage? Yes, I'm going to use jam. I'm going to use damage. Why not? Why not? Wieso nicht? Wieso nicht? Not medals. I just need the very basic one. Yes. Yes, right? It can be a very simple rhythm, really, so it's... A minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. Let's do that. Now this needs to be faster, like so. And then beef it up with the accoutrement. We can do that as well. We can add a camel crusher. It works surprisingly well with drums. Right, something to fill in the gaps a little bit. Alright, let's make it a little bit more interesting, like, yeah, bum, bum, bum. Yeah. Maybe a little bit less of that. Remove that. Quite the improvement, I'd say. So, pre-fades and rhythmic stuff. So yeah. And what else actually? There was the epic section over here. Yeah, it was nice. It was pretty good. But it definitely needs a boost, because in comparison to the rest, it's very quiet. So either like boost the entire section up and put more emphasis on the bass parts and the percussion parts. Like, I can imagine this being, like, very, very beefy. If you want another demonstration, sure, fine. Fine, why not? And over here. Right? Like, this stuff really needs to punch you in the face. It's like a grand epilogue, you know? I was to say, where's the bass? This needs bass. You can also add a synth if you want to. And whoop. Right. This is very quiet. Maybe OTT it. Yeah, just beefing that section up, right? It really needs it. And that was about it for Ergosphere. Like, that was a very good track. I really enjoyed it. This is some nice stuff. Yep. Yep. It was good. It was good. I liked it. I liked it. We also got another submission. Nice. Nice. By Omar. I will put you on the list. Fantastic. Great. So yeah, thank you to Dempel and the rest of the team, Aona and... Oops. Aona and who? Carolite and Moment. So yeah. I hope yeah, the feedback was helpful. And yeah, we are going to continue and wait, Geotree, how long do feedback streams usually last for? I have no idea. They will last until the end, I guess. So yeah, we'll see about that. So Irma, I think that's how I pronounce his name. What? Jovio, guess what? What? With a cursed X-Troller. That's gonna be fun. I can download it. Nice. Convenient. Hostia. Okay, that was short and sweet. Pretty nice, pretty nice. So, Jungle Thing, as the thing is called. Let's just check out. This thing. Jesus Christ. What is this? Brother, the curve. The curve, it solves all your problems. The curve, trust in the curve, brother. Like, this is incredibly harsh. In fact, it's so harsh and very distorted, I'd say, that I would even go as far as to add a disperse at the very high, the very top. It's like the transients are so pushed that I can feel my ears being very uncomfortable with the transient, right? It's a very particular feeling that you get when you have very harsh transients, and usually that means you have to either dial them down or slightly make them softer using a disperser. I'd say the track in general is pretty nice, though I would want some more ambiances. Because we had like we had the mallets over here. Here I would already expect some kind of pad. What can I use? Something paw stretched, maybe. But what key is this? Like, I hear... No, what would that be? No, Is that A sharp? Would it be A sharp? No. Maybe not that, that full spectrum. Maybe something a little bit more. Right? Something to fill in the gaps a little bit. It works very nicely with the bass and the right? I want to add some like amplitude modulation as well. Sure. Yeah. Playing around with pads. Pads are awesome. And I would say over here, I assume that's kind of where the drop starts, because it sounds a little bit different to the rest. I'd say make a build up. Like, make a build up, because like, it kind of needs it. Let's take this for example. What about that everything stops over here. Yeah, even as simple as something, yeah, simple as a white noise riser. It flows nicely into the drop, so yeah. And over here, it sounds fine to me. Just like I mentioned, just the perks are too harsh. Maybe adjust the tonal balance a little bit, but other than that, this is nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, good job. Good job, my friend. That was a very good track. I enjoyed it. Sehr, sehr nice. Sehr, sehr cool. As I said, pads are your friend. And don't forget the build up, even if it's just a very simple white noise riser. So, yeah. Good job, Irma. And I'll see you guys. I'll see you next time. This is the end of the stream. No, just kidding. But yeah. Also to confirm, Virtual Vorp, yes, that is in fact Extraler. Though nowadays he doesn't have hair. He lost it all in the war. So, yeah. So, yeah. Nice. Next up. Saurus. Saurus, your turn. Your turn, Saurus. Saurus, your turn. Turn, Saurus. Saurus, your turn. It's your turn, Saurus. Alright. Pentacopterus. Let's check it out. I should probably enable this again. Boop. There we are. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Where do we start? If anything, I actually want to listen to it a second time. Okay, I think that's fine. Ah. Okay, I think I got it. So, intro. Ambience is nice. I like the ambience. But I would probably recommend for this part over here, up until the piano starts playing, instead of a sine wave, use a tune saw. Right? I think it fits the vibe over here better. And then when the piano hits, you can switch back to the sine wave. Right. Oh, and I would also say, add an impact over here. Like a nice Foley impact. Wait. Yeah, just a tiny hunch. Right, hang on. I'll show you what I mean. Right. Okay, that was not enough, but I mean, it's fine. Right, let's line this up. Let's normalize this. Yeah. Add more stuff if you want to. If you have a Foley pack, or you can also try recording Foley yourself, right? This really adds to like the ambience a lot. Like, what can we use? How about a glass in a bag? What if it wants to open up? That'd be great. That sounded pretty nice. How about something like this? Boop, 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 boop. Then you can also do some funky stuff like drown it in delays and reverb. Boop, 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 boop. And, boop, 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 boop. I'm just a robot now. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop. Okay, that wasn't that impressive. Here. Right? Something that fills it up a little bit more. And also another thing, once again, like returning to the sine wave, I would add some how is it called? ADSR? ADSR? Wait, attack? ADSR, yes. I would add some ADSR to the sound wave. So it's not just like a static block. It has a bit of movement. If you don't know what I mean, there's like an unreleased track of mine called Onironaut, which will probably never release. I mean, that's a lie. It's at some point it's going to release, but it also has a very similar vibe going on. And there I use movement for the bass, which is a sine wave. And it fades out, right? It does hold its ground, right? But over here, but at some point it fades out, right? Simply so it adds a bit more dynamics to your section. So yeah, keep that in mind. What else? I'd say piano needs reverb. Right? Like a lot of reverb, right? It's not the greatest piano, but I could use that. It's an octave, right? It's not gonna be exactly in tempo, I'm sorry, but just to demonstrate what I mean. La 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 la. Wow. Wonderful piano performance. And let's do What I mean is, of course, piano, reverb, and some sort of compressor after the reverb. Though don't overdo it because you don't want to completely kill your dynamics. Yeah, this accentuates the tail a lot more, so you don't have to tune in your decay all too much. So I'm just realizing this is like microtonal, right? Yes. Which means here. And also do some humanization as well. Right. So yeah, keep in mind, OTT after the reverb. It might seem sketchy, but it does actually help. So yeah. I also wrote down that in general the track needs a mids boost. Let's confirm that for a moment. Whoop. Wait, which one is it now? Damn it. Damn it, no! Okay, there. Maybe the intro needs a bit of a brightness boost over here. But I kind of had a feeling that there weren't many mids. Let's double check that. Tonal balance control. Tonale Balancenkontrolle. But you can even see that. Not really. Okay, let me like crop FL a little bit more less. Crop pad. so you can see just a tiny bit more. Yo, is that a FL Studio made by ImageLine? Yes, it is. Shut up about it. All right, so. Lots of this. Okay, and you already notice that there is a lot of sub. Need to change that. Like this is before. This actually solved another issue that I want to tackle, and that was that the basses like needed a lot more presence, right? They were very background-ish. The sub was mainly in the spotlight, as you know, highlighted by tone balance control. That's big. We don't need that. Right? So that fixes the other issue. And what else? Snare reverb? Snare reverb on what? Was it the intro? Hang on. Ah, yes. Yeah, I'd say instead of a high-pitched snare, we'd use a clap, right? Once again, a clap that has a lot of texture, a lot of, lots of Foley. You can use one of AU5's pre-claps, which is like nice and juicy. Hang on, which one is it? Splice, samples, packs, AU5, elemental, drums, snares. This one. This one's pretty nice, right? You can use that. And I'd say the other issue is drums. They're not punchy enough, but why? I think it's an issue of drum choice. Because I'm not that convinced by the kick specifically. Oh no. Like, there's something very weird about this kick that I can't quite put my finger on. Is it the stereo image? Imager. Not really. Okay, then I think the issue is that it's too dispersed, so to speak. If anything, you can kind of see it in the waveform. This is very hard to explain. I'm gonna try either way. So like, there's a difference between a kick like this, which kind of has like a pump to it. You could even see it in the waveform, right? Where transient is quieter than the body, right? And a kick that's kind of like this one, for example. Oh no, it was not this one. What? Where's a kick that like? Where is it? This one, right? This one, which, yes, the transit is quiet, but the point is, there's not like neither a fade nor much of a curve going on, right? So it gets to the sub, the body, like very, very quickly. You can see it that it's not taking that much time, right? To go from transient to body. This kick has a bit of a curve going on, right? And I'm not sure if that's embedded into the sample itself or if you added some kind of effect that does that. If it's an effect, I would probably not use that or use less of it. Or otherwise use a kick that is a lot more punchier, right? And it gets straight to the point. Right? because this will also improve the kick clap. Right? I'd say it also needs some improvement. I can't really I can't really demonstrate what it needs because I don't do kick claps. I don't really have any like clap sample that I could use, but I'd say pay attention to the transient, right? Right, because it can dull out the transient of the kick, so yeah. And otherwise just like beef him up with some Camel Crusher, I guess. Maybe that's what it needs. Bit of distortion. In comparison to this. Yeah, try distorting the kick clap just a tiny bit. That might improve it. Yeah. What else? What else? Bass presence needs to be tighter. Okay, this might be more of a taste thing, but I think these basses need to be a lot tighter. What does that mean? That means less reverb tail on the bass. Because it does kind of feel like it's like drowned out in some kind of noise, and that usually is the reverb. So it should be more like, more like this. Right, it should be a little bit more gated, right? Now let's say, since it is kind of a noisier bass than usual, try distorting it with a sine wave, right? Once again, we can use something like sound. This adds some pretty interesting crunch, because you used a sine wave that is moving, right? Just a suggestion to make it a lot more aggressive. And the other thing that I want to tackle, this entire track in general is pretty mono. You can see it here. Like, make it wider. Not extremely wide. Actually, wait, I'm gonna make some bands. Like, the sub should remain mono. Wait, is it? Hang on, that's kind of weird. Wait. No, yeah, make it a little bit more stereo. Yeah, it does help a bit. Yeah. I'd probably add a bit more stereo to this. And, yeah, that was actually about it. Because, yeah, the issue about the bass and everything else has been fixed with this curve. And, of course, the Camel Crusher. Like, seriously, get yourself Camel Crusher. It may be an old plugin, but it works surprisingly well with the drums. So yeah, pretty cool. Saurus, thank you so much for your submission. It was pretty nice. Yeah. Ja, sehr gut. Sehr, sehr gut. All right. Next up is Omar, who said he sent something that is mastered. Just finished yesterday. It's fully mastered. I checked it with a spectrum and everything seems fine. Just let me know from an exterior hearing what can I add and modify. Okay. Interesting spelling, but we'll check regardless. So Omar, burn. Let's check it out. Okay. Yeah, it's not my main genre, but I'll still listen to it. It's fine. It's okay. We'll work on this together. Okay, here we go. Okay. Gut. Also, Techno. As I said, not my main genre, but still. I do still have a couple things to say about that. So, one thing that I immediately noticed was, at first I thought it was just the hi-hats, but I think it's in general the tonal balance. Like if I'm checking millimeters, I noticed this was not supported. Ah, yes. Over here, there's like a tiny gap. I'm not. Wait. It's also with the hi-hats that it's a bit off. I'm gonna try to record a little bit. Good. Recordings. Let's go over here. Let's see, what are we doing? A bit of a dent over here. A bit of a boost over here. Yeah. Just to fill in that little gap that's over here. I'm gonna actually double check if it works with the drop as well. By the way, I did enjoy the drop quite a bit. I didn't expect to like techno, but here we are. Okay, let's see. Okay, not that much. Not that much, but yeah. Whoops, it's all at the bottom. So I meant that there was a small little gap over here with the hi-hats at the in the intro. I'll probably change that around, but I'm just noticing that it's fine in the drop. I would probably say lean more into like the 3K range. So far it's pretty flat. But I would like for the saw synth to have a bit more presence, and yeah, you can boost that range over here. Like the main point about tonal balance is not to make everything flat, right? It's just a reference to see how flat you can make things, but it's also important to add what's effectively color to your song, and well, yeah. Having small little boosts in your tonal balance can help with that. And I'll probably also say, wait, for techno, you don't really want a bright spectrum, right? Even if you don't, I would boost the high end just a tiny bit. Yeah, I'll probably boost it a little bit more, especially because afterwards you have some hi-hats, right? Yeah. These need to be a lot more present, so yeah. The other thing that I wanted to check. How much bass can I boost? Not much. Maybe check this area again. I went 100 hertz. Because, yeah, the drop was banging, but, like, I thought it needed something else, and yeah, it's probably this. So the kick can really, like... So the kick is really booming. And speaking of booming kick... See this stuff over here? If you can get rid of it on the kick itself, and only the kick, that'd be great. Because that will allow you to push the entire song a little bit more. Yeah, because the problem is if you do that on the master, it's gonna add some phase rotation, which is bad. Don't do that. But if you can just remove it on the kick itself, so there isn't too much gunk in the low end. To look at that, you can push it a little bit more. Right. So yeah, keep that in mind. Then one thing that I thought was very odd about this song was the harmony, out of all things. Especially, like, I first noticed it on the breakdown. Here. What's going on over here? So we have for the bass. And then we have this, like, atonal arp that goes... And it kind of doesn't... I don't know, it's not well executed, I'd say. And it plays... I don't know, I kind of find it weird. And I can see why. It's probably because it's clashing in, yeah, with the entire thing. Like it's in minor, right? In this case, G sharp. No, yes, G sharp minor. And you have the C, which would indicate that it's major, but it isn't, right? Oops. There. And then... Now what do we have? This one's also weird because, again, in comparison to the minor, now we have a diminished, which sounds very spooky, right? And here's the thing, these things can work, right? But you have to put them in the proper context. And in this context, it doesn't really work because you have the bass doing G sharp and the vocals doing F sharp, right? Which sounds nice, but, you know, doesn't fit with that. Doesn't really fit. Neither with the diminished. Like, if you're going to implement this thing, I would probably have a section where you have chords playing major. I think that's when it's going to fit more. So that turnaround with the B over here sounds a lot nicer, right? And then this with the diminished, I'm not sure if it's going to fit in general. I mean, try, instead of D, try D sharp. That sounds nice. Right? Oops. What? No. I want to play this. Yeah. That sounds a lot more nicer than this. Right? Yeah. So, yeah, that was the weird thing about the harmony. Then there was also one part in the build-ups with the vocal, I think. This one, I know this is fine. Because that's just the sustained 4, I think it is. Okay, no, then that's fine. Good. So it's just these, like, arps in the background. But I would also say this breakdown over here, I'd say it needs a lot more going on. Like, I want to see, like, risers, downlifters. Maybe some percussion. Wait, nah, it's fine. But yeah, because like this entire section is like the bass, the vocals, and at some point the ride in the background. And it takes quite a while until we get to the other section, right? So yeah, I'm gonna need like a couple more things going on in that section to keep it interesting. And this section I think is fine because maybe over here add some like claps. Could be nice. Hey, 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 right? Yeah. Ah, right, and before I forgot to mention, here, this turnaround over here. I want to build a bar. I can't talk, sorry. I want an impact over here. And this is very like dubstep lingo, but like that's kind of how I roll. Right. So we have this. Not that loud. Just add an impact. It makes it like 5 million times better. I don't know what else to tell you. Right? And you can also like feel like this needs something because you add more hi-hats to this. I know there is like already like a downlifter thing. But yeah, I'd say it needs something in the low end as well. You are. And that's about it. Yeah. And I'd say add a couple more stuff on this intro. Like one more thing. It can be another downlifter over here. And I know the whole point is just to leave another point is to leave the kick and the bass hanging there so you can transition to the next track, but it also helps to add a couple more downlifters, not just because, but also because it helps you mix to the next track, right? Simply by listening to the downlifter, you know where you are. If you don't have anything, and you just have this playing in the this playing, if you just skip around, at some point you don't know where you are. So unless you're looking at the DJ screen or you're very good at counting, you're gonna have a pretty bad time. So yeah, I would say add another downlifter over here. So yeah, keep in mind, impact and downlifter. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Yeah, very nice techno track. I actually enjoyed it. I didn't expect that. So yeah, nice. Thank you, Omar. And yeah, that's about it. That's about it. We don't have any more submissions. Very interesting. So yeah, for how long did we stream? Yeah, for 1.5 hours. Pretty nice, I have to say. Some very enjoyable tracks. We had the Denpel one that was very, very nice. Though, admittedly, I did already listen to it. And, yeah, pretty good. I took so many notes, man. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. Hey, you're welcome. I hope you, I hope you, find some improvements. So, yeah. Okay, Agente. Who is Agente? Who is Agente? It's fine. I wanted to thank you a lot for what you told me about Beetlejuice, because it made me realize what I've been doing wrong for the longest time. Hey, you're welcome. Feedback is very important, right? Afterwards, I decided to buy Minimeters and inspect some musics, and I found a lot of cool things. Hey, welcome to the Minimeters gang. Minimeters is awesome. Yeah, definitely. Feedback is honestly a very important part of improving as an artist, because you can only really get so far by yourself, right? And other people might help you find things that are wrong with your track that you might not be able to hear yourself. So yeah, it's definitely important. Yeah, I would also say in general, like, listen to a lot of other tracks that either that you like or from the genres that you like. And yeah, just like experiment around a lot. So yeah. Doopste. I agree. I'm also noticing that the chat is not working for some reason, which is very weird. I mean, the chat in OBS, but I guess that's gonna be a fix I will do at a later time. So yeah, sad they came back too late, but I was really considering to send something new I made yesterday. Don't worry, I'm gonna do another feedback round next week, or you can also send it to Paul on Saturdays. He also does some feedback streams, and he's also he also gives some pretty cool advice. So if you want to send in your track, go ahead on Saturday. So yeah. And yeah. Oh, and now the chat works. Fascinating. Weird. So yeah. I see. Thank you so much. Hey, you're welcome. So yeah, I'd say I'm gonna call it a day. My voice is also like, I don't know if you noticed, but like my voice was just incredibly coarse throughout the entire stream, and yeah. Not even tea helped. Very fascinating. But yeah, I kind of wish my voice was a little bit lower, because I don't know, it's not really comfortable talking in this pitch. If my pitch was yeah, much lower, I have a bit more confidence speaking and I can talk more clearly. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I have to go to my doctor to get this checked, because I don't know, sometimes I feel like my voice shouldn't be like that. I shouldn't feel uncomfortable talking, but yeah, I don't know. So yeah, guys, I think that's it for the stream. I don't know if we're gonna get any more submissions for today, and besides, I think I'm tired. So yeah. Next stream is gonna be on Friday. I'm not sure what we're gonna work on, but it's most likely going to be a part of the Sherwood remix. There's a section that I wanted to redo for a very long time, but I just didn't have any ideas on what to do with it. So yeah, I think we're gonna tackle that on Friday. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you had a wonderful stream, and I'm wishing you a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you guys on Friday. Okay? Peace.